Hi, this is Kelly, and I am back in Iowa in the cold. We got home around 2 a.m. I drove through part of a snowstorm to get here, and we are ready to start over today. So, today is day one of my new juice feast. I still haven't made a decision on how long I'm going to go, but I am currently leaning toward 100 days, like starting all over from one and going to 100. And the main reason for that is because I realized about 30 days into my juice feast before that I wasn't going to get anywhere near my weight loss goal during the 100 days. And I kind of want to get to my goal if possible, if it's within reason, like I don't want to get into having to juice the entire year or whatever just to achieve that. I mean, without eating. Um, and after having broken a feast once, I realized that I don't. I feel like I'm not saying this right, but like I don't like how I feel, and I'm hoping that this is predominantly the way that I broke the fast because I didn't transition out and I didn't really have a lot of control over like how much sodium was in my food. I was eating stuff that I made myself at home in our Airbnb that was just steamed vegetables and steamed rice with no sauce on it at all. But some of the stuff was in restaurants and we tried ordering it without oil, but I could tell that it had oil and that kind of stuff. And also my digestive system has not really woken up, and so I feel like I flew home with a week's worth of food in my intestines, and it's still there. So I'm hoping to get offload that, pretty soon. So I did say that I would say in my video how things went with my weight. And I weighed in this morning and I had gained 7.4 pounds. But as I mentioned, I have not been able to go to the bathroom. And I'm hoping that a lot of that will go when I get that gone. So, coffee enema is on the agenda, and we'll see how things go. Just getting back on the juice. Um, I have been thinking about my weight loss goal. So originally I wanted to be down to 120 pounds and I had thought about possibly going to 115 so that I would have a 5 pound bounce back because I know that when you start eating food, there is a little bit that you put back on. And I think that might just be the weight of food in your intestines versus not having any food in your intestines. So that would put me back to the 120 if I gained, say, 5 pounds. So I was watching some videos where people are talking about the John Rose algorithm for determining what you should weigh. And if you're a woman, you should weigh 100 pounds for every 5 feet and then 3 pounds for every inch after that. And I'm 5'5" let's just to make it simple say 5'5" because I'm not getting any taller as I age. So at 5'5", that would be 115, which is pretty close to what my original goal was. I just don't know, should I go down to 110 then? That kind of thing. And going off of a juice feast when you're still a long way from your goal can be hard on you mentally because the bounce back of the weight and not looking the way you want to look, or I don't know. So anyway, I'm kind of, since I am still 13 pounds down, more than 13 pounds down from when I started, I don't have as much to lose to get down to 120 or 115 in the 100 days. So it might be possible. So let's 20, 35, 40, I don't know, like maybe 40 pounds. I'm not sure. So it's possible I could do that in 100 days. So I might do that. I'm going to crunch some numbers and figure out like what's going on in the next 100 days and see if that's a realistic goal because I might just say, hey, I'm going to go 100 days and today's day one. So we'll see. And Tony is going back on this with me. He hasn't said how long he intends to do this. So we'll just play it by ear, I guess, for that. We went grocery shopping today. We've got everything that we need to do juicing again, and we're ready to roll. One other thing is I did have some edema, like the swelling in my ankles and feet was back while I was in Mexico. I had like a distended stomach, which I think might be from being constipated. Also, I had pain in my index finger, my left index top knuckle. That came back pretty quickly. That started hurting like the second day after I ate food. And then also I was having headaches quite frequently while I was there, but I also was sleeping on a really uncomfortable pillow in an uncomfortable bed. So I'm not sure. So we'll see. Energy wise, I was sick. Tony and I were both sick almost the entire time that we were down in Mexico. So it's really hard to. There's a lot of, it's like a confluence of events all going on at the same time. We're going off the fast without a proper transition and not feeling well and not having as much control over my what I had to eat. But I am looking forward to being back on the Juice Feast, and so I am going to continue to vlog and let you guys know how things are going. I really hope that the majority of that 7.4 pounds is just like the food that I haven't gotten rid of, and maybe some water retention, and not as much of that being hard-earned, pounds. Because I did make the decision that I would not have any sweets while I was in Mexico. That was a line I wasn't going to cross. So I didn't have any like desserts, treats, anything like that. I tried to stick predominantly to steamed vegetables, rice, beans, corn tortillas, and I continued to juice as well while I was there. We had celery juice every morning. We usually had a breakfast juice, and then it would be lunch and dinner that we would eat. So it wasn't like I went on some big bender while I was there, and I tried to be conscious about what I was choosing to eat. So I hope that this is just, issues with the digestive system waking up again, and too much sodium, and not that this is how you feel when you go off of a juice feast. So we'll see. Fingers crossed, and full speed ahead. So keep coming back, and I will keep telling you how I'm doing. Thanks.